Hi, how are you? This is Lydia, and I'm here with another podcast episode for you. Today's episode is how to ground, or how to stay grounded, or how to feel grounded again. Why is this important? It is important because grounding balances out your energy again. Often during the day, our energy is going to our heads. We think a lot. A lot of people have office jobs where they need to use their mind all day. Then we tend to overthink things. We just have a very chattering mind that's always trying to talk to us. And this is a sign of a lot of energy going to the head, going to the upper body. And this connects us with our lower part of the body. This connects us with the earth, and that it feels like a disbalance in your energy, and you tend to feel more anxious, feel more worried. So it is actually really important to be grounded. And when you feel grounded, when you are grounded, you feel more balanced. You feel connected to the earth. And if your energy is open and you really step into this groundedness, you also have a sort of refreshing energy, because when you ground, you connect your energy to the earth through your feet, through your body, and you will have like a renewal of energy. You can give some of your attention away to the earth and get some new energy. Grounding really helps you with this. So let's get into it. Before I tell you how you can do this exactly, because I have a list of things that really help me, I want to share a little bit of my backstory, why I am recording this episode for you. This is because I went to Mexico 2 months ago, and yeah, I'm always traveling. I love traveling. And I must say that over the last 2 years that I have been traveling, I feel that sometimes it's a challenge for me to stay grounded, because I'm always changing places and locations, so I always need to reconnect with the space, with the place, with nature. And I'm a quite sensitive person, and also traveling, I don't know why, but there's a lot of things to think about, with traveling, where to go, how to book things, safety, all those things. So it's really something very important to me. And the second thing is why I'm sharing this episode with you is because I had a really bad experience in Mexico, a traumatic experience which made me go in a freeze mode very badly for days. I felt very unsafe. I was very disconnected. I felt very ungrounded. And when I came back 2 weeks later to Belgium, I have been doing a lot of grounding practices the last 2 months, because since that traumatic experience, my nervous system has been deregulated, and I really can feel this disbalance in my energy, this disbalance in my nervous system. And for me, I feel that I have been really anxious, spending a lot of time in my head the last 2 months. And especially when I just came back from Mexico, because in Mexico I felt like I was really so disconnected because of this traumatic experience. And only back home in Belgium I felt safe enough to actually do something with this. So luckily, I am a therapist, I am a coach, so I can help myself. I'm very grateful for this. But I know this is not common knowledge for everybody. That's why I want to share this with you today. So, enough of my personal backstory. What helped me the most to stay grounded is to lay on the ground outside. You can do all sorts of things. Like I have tried to do yoga, tried to do sports, like so many things I tried to connect again, and I just was so over the top dysregulated that nothing helped except laying on the ground. So luckily it was summer here in Belgium, and the first weeks after I was back in Belgium, I just laid on the ground every day outside. I laid a natural blanket outside, so please don't lay down on polyester because this is gonna block your energy and your grounding process, so it needs to be natural material because polyester is made of plastic and it doesn't let through frequencies of energies. This is not something spiritual, this is something real. Anyway, so lay down on something, cotton, wool, whatever, on the ground. And the best what you do is actually to lay down in your own garden or in the garden of your friends or your family member, because this is a space where you feel very safe. So you can totally immerse yourself in the experience and feel safe, feel good. I have laid for hours on the ground and it was the best thing. Immediately after 5 minutes, I could already feel myself being more relaxed, the energy going back in my legs, in my feet, because I felt like my energy was just so high in my head. I felt really immediately the power of nature, of the ground, of the earth. And I needed that grounding therapy a lot. So this is the best ever thing you can do. But I'll also tell you some other things you can do, because maybe this is not available for you, maybe it's too cold, maybe you don't have a garden. And I also did some other things that really helped me. So the second thing that really helped me a lot was diving into nature. And I'm not saying going into nature, not doing something into nature. So walking is nice. Bicycling is nice, and if you don't feel so bad, maybe that will help you ground. But when you're very, very deregulated and ungrounded, it's not going to help to do something. You will have to be in nature and also immerse yourself in nature. And that means you go to a forest and you do forest bathing. So this is Shinrin-yoku. This is from the Japanese culture. I'm pet sitting a cat, and maybe you have heard her purr the whole time. Wait, let me give her the mic. So it's with the cat here on my lap. So Shinrin-yoku is forest bathing, and it is doing nothing in nature. It is being in nature, watching the sunlight through the leaves, listening to the wind in the leaves, feeling your feet on the ground. Would be even better if you have barefoot shoes or no shoes. You just be. And my favorite thing when I am in the forest for forest bathing, what has really helped me, is laying on a tree or next to a tree or close to a tree, because trees have this really strong grounding energy. And I am lucky because I have this, my favorite tree in the forest has like this little bench. It's a huge root where I can just lay on, and I would just lay with my back on the tree and I could feel really this pull downwards. So that is really helpful too. That would be my second advice. And in that one, you can not only dive into the forest, but you can also dive in the sea. So going to the sea and really just swimming in the natural sea, you will notice immediately it brings you in the moment, and it will ground your energy too. And because the sea is what she is, she will also renew your energy you will be able to let go of a lot of emotions in the sea and a lot of tension. So diving literally in the forest or in the sea, wonderful things to do to feel grounded. Then I have some other things for you. So sometimes you don't have a lot of energy. A lot of energy. I meant a lot of time. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time. I mean, I've often maybe because I feel that, when you have a busy family or a busy work, it's sometimes not, possible to lay on the ground in a garden for hours or to be in nature every day. So what really also helps me is body shaking. And body shaking is something that we have learned from animals, because animals, when they have gone through a stressful situation, they would shake to move the tension and the cortisol and all of the stress they had, to move it around the body, and that is their way to let it go. So you often see this in nature, that animals, after a really scary situation, they would shake off the tension. So this is something you can also do, and you only need like 5 or 10 minutes to do it. So it's very easy to do in the morning, during lunch break, or in the evening before sleep. So what you do is you just stand straight and you begin moving from your heels on the ground, and you just let your body move from your heels. So you do it with as less muscle tension as possible. So you don't really try to use your muscles to do it. You try to just use the momentum of your heels stepping the floor and just letting it shake all through your body. You can do it from slow to fast and then to slow again. And this is really, really, really good to somehow erase all of the tension and the chattering in your mind, and to also balance out your energies and to remove also tension. So if you don't have a lot of time, do this 3 times a day. It's really, really good. Actually, I would recommend everybody to shake because it's also really good for the lymph drainage and a lot of other things. Just blood circulation, body health, letting go of emotions, all of these things. Then what I also noticed is something that I didn't really do consciously like the other things, but what I noticed in the last 2 months really helped me is connecting with animals. So animals are very natural. They don't have this mind chattering like we do. They don't have the tension. They don't have this thing that we have, that we just go into our heads and all the energy goes up. They are very balanced, the animals. And so when you connect with animals, like walking your dog, playing with your cats, all of these things, it will also help you ground, because they will share their grounding, balanced energy with you. So if you have animals, take time to connect with them. It really, really does help. I've noticed that because I've did 3 or 4 times pet sitting the last 2 months, and it really did help me so much to ground and to remove myself from my head, and to make me feel relaxed again. In comparing with when I was totally alone and did not have any animals around me, or just around humans, is also less easy for me to ground than being around like cats, for example. Another thing I try to consciously do, that I also have the feeling that helped, maybe not as the only practice, but as like an add-on, is doing something creative with your hands. For example, I started to make jewelry. This is a difficult word for me in English. And I'm also thinking about like making ceramics, like pottery with your hands, painting, all of the things that just flow from creative energy, where you can use your hands, because your hands connect you with reality, your hands connect you with the physical world, and it will also attract energy from the mind to the hands. So can recommend that. Another thing that also is like a little bit in this bullet point is like doing practical things like cleaning, tidying, gardening is really good, but yeah, maybe not as the only thing because it's still doing something, but it did help me, because you can't be in the forest or lay on the ground the whole day. I mean, you can, but I mean, sometimes it's nice to also do something fun, And then the last one I wanted to share with you is one you can use when you feel like you have really not a lot of availability for energy and time to spend on grounding, but it's very important for you, it's very necessary. Something that's very easy to do is listen to natural sounds. So you just search this on Spotify, make sure you don't have this advertisement, and just listen to the noises or the music of the waves, of the thunder, of the birds, the rustling of the leaves in the wind, all of these things. It's not my favorite because it is something you do with your head again, listening, and you do need like your technology for this, but it's better than nothing. It does help because we can actually make an illusion for our mind that we're actually in nature. Like, it will really relax you too. So yeah, those are my top tips for grounding. I know there's a lot of other ways to ground. So if you find another thing, please share it with me or with people who need it. Yeah. Just make sure that when you ground, that you feel safe, that you are in a place that feels safe. Like, for example, what didn't help for me was going to the gym. It was good to release some tension and to feel good about myself because I was going to the gym. But because I was in the gym surrounded by other people, it wasn't really a very safe place for me. And I felt like I was still in my mind. Maybe in the past, with just tension, it would have helped. But now with this traumatic experience, I just felt so ungrounded that it just wasn't enough for me. So safety, feeling safe, and having just a safe, relaxing environment is very important. And if you're just listening to this episode and you don't feel ungrounded right now, like, it is really good to do this in a preventive way. Like spending time in nature, in your garden, with animals, doing the body shake 3 times a day. It's just really helpful. I can recommend it to you. So I hope this episode helped you. I would really like it if you review this episode because I do this all for free, and I would really love it when I can help as much people as possible. So review this podcast and maybe share it on your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok. That would be amazing. You can find me at The Wellness Alchemists on almost all social media. I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope you are happy, you feel a lot of love and joy. And if not, this is my wish for you.